Let's make our veggie burger. So we have some pecans, or you can use walnuts, chickpea flour, lentils, quinoa. Our toppings is onions, tomatoes, lettuce. I'm going to put a little Dijon mustard on there as well. First, we're going to cook our lentils and quinoa. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All right, so I cooked the lentils and the quinoa, and then just dumped the pecans in there to let it boil. So it can be easy to chop. You see how that's easy to break down right there? All of this is going to get in the food processor. And then I'm going to mix the chickpea flour with it and then add some seasonings. All right, and the nuts, like if you have pecans like me or walnuts, any type of nuts, cashews, it gives us that meaty type of alternative. So we're just going to put it in our food processor, blend it up, put a little bit of flour in there, some seasonings, and then bind it and fry it like a patty, right? You don't have to blend it up or chop it up that fine because everything is getting binded with the chickpea flour. So I'm just putting a little seasoning in here. This is some chili powder, paprika, basil, parsley, thyme, oregano, tomato powder, mixed garlic, and sea salt. So it has salt in there. We're not going to add any other type of salt. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning in there as well. And now I'm going to put the flour in there to bind it all together. This is chickpea flour. You can also use spelt flour, but if you're making the buns out of spelt flour, I recommend chickpea flour. So we're just going to stir this around. All right, so this is kind of how it looks when the flour is mixed in with it. I'm about to make some patties. Okay, you all, I made a patty out of it. Just a simple patty, and then I have my cast iron skillet. And it's not frying right now because I literally just put it on there. But if you want to put a little bit more flour in there so it won't get all over your hands, that'll be good because I only really put 1 cup of flour in there. And I really only made enough for just 2 or maybe 3 patties because it's just me. And then right when we're finished, then when that gets finished cooking, either you can use like lettuce as like the bread if you don't have bread, and then we're going to put tomatoes, onions, and a little bit of Dijon mustard. I have some more over there, but I put my mustard in these containers. So yes, we have our lettuce already clean. Everything's already clean for our toppings. And here it is sizzling right here. This is a little bit of oil. You can use grapeseed oil, avocado oil. All right, so I just flipped it over from it being on the other side. And you see how that darkened up a little bit. And it looks like an actual real burger, if you will. But it's just veggies. And bind it with the chickpea flour. That's just a little excess that came off. But that's looking really good. All right, you guys, get into that. This is the finished product. I put everything in my clay little pan. Let's get into that patty. And you can still see the lentils, the quinoa. The lentils are a little bit mashed in. And then that's it. I just added some seasoning. Now we're about to make our veggie burger. You see how this is one patty. That's 2 more. The first one broke a little bit, but that's all right. It's going down the same way. And this fresh picked lettuce. Toasted our bread. So now we can dig in. Yum. Y'all have to try this recipe. But you wouldn't even be able to tell that this is a veggie burger. I was just gonna eat it with the lettuce, which I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Make some lettuce wraps and stuff. You can even eat it by itself. But you can put any seasoning that you want on there, but the combination seasoning I put to bond everything, perfect. But I just wanted to come in here and taste it and tell you that it is good. Meat alternative for you all that's struggling, that's consuming a lot of meat. I mean, it is a balance with everything. I'm not trying to tell you to stop eating meat like everybody else do, because it's a balance. But if you want to have your veggie days, your vegan days, plant-based days, implement this alternative burger. I also made some chickpea onion rings. Not today, but beforehand, I was actually going to make some today, but I'll probably end up making it tomorrow and then having that video by itself. Yeah. About 3 patties. Eat the cheese. Of course, I don't feed her bread or anything like that. She had just a piece of lettuce. She loves tomatoes, eating it by herself. She don't really eat onions like that, so I just broke off a piece for her. Like, you can also feed it to your children if, you know, they don't eat the whole patty thing. And this was actually, it broke in here, so I just gave her a few pieces to eat. She loved it. She's eating it right now. So this is perfect. This is a 10. I'm about to fix me another bun, toasted and stuff, and y'all, you have to try it.